guys, and welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name is Natasha, and in today's video we are going to make freeze-dried hash browns. So I posted on my community post what you guys wanted to see me do with 25 pounds of potatoes, and you guys voted for hash browns. And we are also going to do some freeze-dried chips. That video will be coming out either right before this one or right after. Probably right after, because at the moment the chips are in the refrigerator marinating in their deliciousness for a couple of days. So while those are doing the first part, we are going to load the freeze dryer with some hash browns. That way the freeze dryer is continuously running. That is the absolute best way to get your money back on that investment. If you are interested in a freeze dryer and you have questions, you can always email me at thebudgetpreppers@gmail.com. I will also leave my affiliate link for them down in the description box below. So the first thing with produce is to obviously wash your produce, and then I actually peeled all of my potatoes already. So my potatoes are already peeled. I saved you from 2 minutes of watching me peel potatoes. You don't really probably need to see me peel potatoes. So that is the first step. The next step I'm going to do is I'm going to use my grater, because I do not have a machine or anything fancy. We are going to do this all by hand. I'm going to use this, and I'm going to grate up my potatoes, and I'm going to put them back into my vinegar water so that way they do not get brown. From the vinegar water, they are going to go into hot water, and we are going to blanch them before we put them into the freeze dryer. So that is what we are going to do. Let's get to shredding. Great, so I have a clean work surface, and we are just going to grate our potatoes right onto our clean work surface, and then we will be putting them into a cold bowl of
day
Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my shredded potatoes that are in their water and I am going to blanch them. So we're going to blanch them for a couple of minutes and then we're going to put them immediately into cold water, strain them out and put them into cold water. That way that stops the cooking process. We don't want to cook these too long, just for a couple of minutes. Probably gonna have to do this in a couple of batches.
Potato hits, potato hits, 2, potato 3, potato 4, 5, potato 6, potato 7,
Okay, let's do that for the first round. Wait for those to start to boil. And then set the timer for 2 minutes.
1, potato 2, potato 3, potato 4. You know, like about this. This is a book. Look at all this, Mom. A lot of stuff we gotta go through. Children. Potato 3, potato 4, 5, potato 6, potato 7, and there's more.
All right, the next thing I'm gonna do is get this onto my trays. I tried to get as much of the moisture off of this as I could, but the freeze dryer is gonna take out any that remains anyways, so I'm not too worried. Okay, so that filled up about 1 tray. That gives me a better idea on how many more I need to do in order to fill the rest of my trays. And my freeze dryer is on the pre-freeze setting at the moment, so and my freeze dryer is ready for me to slide some trays in at the moment. So while I am doing the rest of these, I'm going to slide this one into the freeze dryer so it can start getting cold. All right, so we've got our trays loaded in. See, they look really good. These are the 2 trays that I just put in. So we are going to get this machine started. I've got this already in position and the door is locked. So here we go. I will see you back in a couple days when this is done. All right, so here is our final hash brown We just pulled it from the freeze dryer. You can see it's very light and very fluffy. We're gonna reconstitute just a little bit of it with some warm water. And remember, these were just blanched. They aren't fully cooked, so I'm just gonna put a little bit of water in there and see how they... So they seem to be holding their shape really, really well. I've only given them a couple of seconds. So I would take these and reconstitute them just for a couple of minutes, and then I would take a paper towel and dab them dry and then fry them up just like I would regular frozen hash browns. These turned out perfect. They taste really good too, even though they're not cooked. What a perfect little dish. Woo. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bag these up. I'm going to use Mylar bags, little Mylar bags. And the reason for that is because this is like the absolute perfect size for like 2 servings. So like for 2 people, this is like the perfect amount of hash browns. And then we're going to add in our oxygen absorber and we're going to seal it. So that's what we're going to do next. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we are going to put an oxygen absorber into each of the little bags, and we are going to seal it up with the sealer that comes with your Harvest Right freeze dryer. So we're just going to pull out as much of that air as we can and seal it up. And the oxygen absorber will pull out any oxygen that is left in there. Okay, and Xylee is going to do the rest of them for me. Okay, just like that. And we're gonna label these and we are going to store them for long term. These will stay good for 25 to 30 years if stored properly, just like this, and in a dark, cool room. If you are interested in a freeze dryer, I will leave my affiliate link down in the description box below. If you have any questions on freeze dryers, how they work, or how to get your investment back, shoot me an email. My email is thebudgetpreppers@gmail.com. I'd love to chat about freeze dryers and how we are getting our investment back, because it is an investment and it is something that you need to go in with a plan. You can't just leave it empty all the time and expect to get a return back on your investment. You definitely have to utilize it and keep it running as much as possible. We pretty much have ours running 24/7, and that is how we have been able to make our money back. All right, and just for the heck of it, we are going to cook up this little bit of them. Just to see how they turn out. Of course, we're going to add some pepper.
Come back here. I didn't know we went out.
It's okay. And a little bit of salt. Okay. And we're going to give those a couple minutes to get nice and warm. And then we're going to flip them and see how they do. Okay, so this is how they turned out. Typically I would cook them a little bit longer, but Xylee and I are impatient, so we are going to try them out. They came out, they're super crispy. Xylee's gonna put a little bit of ketchup on them. Maybe. Try.
Sounds good anyway.
Is that good? Okay. So we're gonna
Test it out.
some ketchup spread around. Okay. Mmm.
Yum.
It almost tastes lighter than like store-bought. Mmm. Yeah, they taste very light.
Because they're lighter.
Yeah, they're good.
And a different version.
Wow. How many stars you give that? How many stars? 5 stars? They were pretty good. So there you have it. That's how they taste reconstituted. That's how they look reconstituted. I would definitely eat those again, huh? I hope you enjoyed today's video. Make sure you give it a big thumbs up and subscribe if you're new. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.